Alright. This is a Q A reading. I made a list of questions. And there's going to be some extra stuff at the end. And then plus a question from one of my viewers. Alright, so these are just me looking into situations via detail using the tarot. Not because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Just want to make sure people know that about this reading. This reading is meant for the public to view. So for the public to figure out via the tarot. A few of these questions that I have in this reading, I already know the answers to. But we're going to see what the cards say for details. Alright, so first question. What are Henry's plans around this engagement nonsense as it concerns Natalie? Clarify what are Henry's plans as it concerns this engagement nonsense that Natalie's been pushing. Clarify. What are Henry's plans? Clarify what are Henry's plans around this engagement nonsense that Natalie's been pushing through her Stan accounts. Okay, I got 3 cards out first. 2 of Pentacles reversed, the 10 of Cups reversed, and the 10 of Wands reversed. So I don't think that Henry is technically juggling this. It's something that was simply over juggled, and then 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups reversed is reflecting this isn't very harmonious. This isn't supported. And there's a lot of disharmony because of it. And then also 10 of Wands reversed is suggesting he's not trying to clean up the mess of that either. So clarify what are Henry's plans around Natalie's fake engagement, or just engagement situation that she's trying to push with her stands and stunts. Well, it looks like, he manipulated the situation to give criticism, to put criticism in someone's back. Yeah, I think going forward he plans to continue betraying Natalie using this engagement situation that she's tried to insinuate. I don't see him trying to fix it or help her clean it up. If anything, I'm seeing him not putting in the effort to do anything to support foundations of that situation. If anything, he's deliberately not juggling it. And then it shows that the 5 of Swords here, it's in regards to this 2 of Wands, the PR stunt itself, 5 of Swords, it was pretty fucked up what she did. So he's doing a fucked up thing here. I don't think, the thing is, she's not really engaged. She just put on a fucking ring and was trying to act like she's engaged. Trying to do it in front of people and peer pressure Henry. Got the 5 of Wands. This is her way of fighting over money. She wants the Ten of Pentacles. She wants money. That's all this is about. It's about money. Getting money from the publicity stuff of it all. And the Four of Swords is like, she's kind of stuck in isolation. She's stuck in quiet mode. She's pissed off because she wants money. And she's also in self-defense. Seven of Wands here, so she's sitting here fighting with others, being defensive. You know, people owe her, she owes people money, is what I'm saying. People are demanding of her money, and she doesn't have money. That she only has so much money, and apparently there's a lot more people that are demanding of money. So she, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think she's in a big debt. And she's trying to cling to the situation for the sake of money. She's making money off of this situation. That's pretty all it is. And we got the Six of Wands reversed, so she doesn't have the support. So she's going to have to walk away disappointed, empty cups here. Cups that are never satisfied. So she walks away disappointed because she doesn't have the support or backing at all. So in regards to Henry's plans, let's see what his plans are without interference. Well, he's gonna fair and square balance out things with the legalities in the situation. So the legalities of the PR contract. He's an opportunist. I don't know if he's disputing something legally. Let me see here. Clarify what is going on with hands overall. He does not intend on holding on to this situation. We got the Four of Pentacles reversed, so it's almost like he's got this detachment. He's not attached, nor is he holding on to any kind of security in regards to that situation. He's not attached to this dishonorable Knight of Cups. So empty gestures. He's not holding on. He's not counting on it. He's got other ideas in mind. We got Seven of Cups here. Got other options. He's looking at his options around his actions. Just as I suspected, he's looking to collaborate, doing solo ventures. And Natalie's having a tough time over this because her world's flipped because of it. She's looking over here, pretty it's almost like she's got this expression of disdain, and she's getting really upset. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Resentment. I can see her being resentful towards this situation because it shows here that Henry's actually looking to collaborate to do solo things. He's not doing anything that supports her situation at all. If I'm seeing this pretty much like her world's upside down because of him not wanting to invest any further, hold on to any kind of investments as it concerns Natalie. I'm seeing him looking at his options around what he's going to be able to do to take action wise. And it's funny because it shows me looking at the Three of Pentacles and then the Hermit. So I suspected as much, that Natalie is very much pissed off and having a hard time over the fact Henry's flipped her world upside down, because he's looking to only collaborate in the workplace for solo things that are him on his own, basically. It's the Hermit here. He's got a higher calling, a higher vision. Something that he's reflecting, and he's going inwards, and he's looking to do things that are more isolated to himself. He's not interested in continuing the investments with Natalie. And she's going to be walking away because she does not have the backing and support to continue going forward in this situation. She's got people that she owes money to. She's not paid up to. So it's pretty interesting to see that here. Somebody's got debts that aren't being paid. That's just it. That she did this to herself. Like, I can tell, like, the only reason why she's pitching a fit over this engagement crap is because she wants money. She wants money. It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with a kid. It has to do with money. Using the PR situation to make money. And that's about it. That is all. She's basically being a gold digger. I'm going to show you the cards really quick. Overjuggled. His plans are backing it, supporting it, not fixing the foundations. Here it shows him looking to collaborate into solo hermit mode stuff. Sorry, let me move these cards out of the way. Her having a tough battle, her world upside down over it. Okay, he manipulated this to kind of get her, pin her down, basically. Pin her down with criticism around the PR stunt. What she did was pretty fucked up, so he in turn did this. And it looks like going forward he intends to continue doing this. She's going to be walking away disappointed because she doesn't have the backing or support. Okay, and I asked what the overall plans, energy-wise. He's an opportunist, and he is going to balance everything out fair and square. And I don't mean like he's going to do something short notice to use the engagement. I mean, like, it's showing here he has no attachment, no intention of holding on to that investment whatsoever. Because it's an empty servitude, it's empty service. She's being dishonorable, and he's not interested in holding on to that. So he's looking at other options for himself to take action. Okay, so, and they're saying that he's probably going to do something solo here. So with the justice so legally around his contract, he's doing solo things. Like I said. Five of Wands, she's sitting here fighting over money. Two cards with money. The Wands have the green in the air here. The leaves are the money in this card. The Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is the money. She's fighting over money, assets, and crap. I wouldn't say assets. I'm just going to say money. Because that's all she's really concerned about. She's stuck in quiet mode. She's in silent mode. And she's sitting here trying to fight against people that are demanding her to pay up. She owes people money. Significant amount of money to a lot of people. See, the problem with her, she's pretty fucking stupid. Sorry to be so mean about it, but all she does is blow and piss money down the drain, thousands and thousands of dollars. Right? She pisses it all down the drain. She's not very smart with her money. She's not very clever when it comes to investments. And if she's borrowing money, she doesn't even have the capability of paying it back. She's pretty bad with money. Okay, now we're going to move to the next question. How will they spin the story around Henry's stuff? just in general, I guess. They're probably going to say there's probably going to be a story around like imbalance, a lack of support. Queen of Swords. Got a lawyer, a lawyer blocking off. Page of Cups reversed. So empty gestures. I don't want to say lawyer, just somebody that handling communications. Okay, so they're just gonna say that they're not engaged. I got the Hierophant reversed. This was betrayal. 5 of Swords. Nothing pays off. 7 of Pentacles reversed, and then there's criticism. 10 of Swords, and they keep repeating to me that she's over juggled around the PR stunt. So what they mean by over juggling, it means that she juggles something that wasn't going to be backed, wasn't going to be supported properly, and it's kind of messed up everything that she's been trying to establish in the media. Nothing goes forward. You got 9 of Pentacles reversed. Nothing goes forward. Any kind of investment or efforts that ceases completely. She does not want to show this off. She doesn't want to show off the fact she's not got the foundation or the security of an engagement. We got the Ace of Pentacles reversed, 9 of Cups reversed. She's not exactly proud or happy about this being public. Her getting publicly a rejection or the lack of an engagement. So she's not going to be bragging about it. She's not going to be showing off. She's very upset. Got Ace of Cups reversed. Somebody's pretty pissy and upset over things because she's being let go. The Hanged Man reversed. The Tower reversed. World reversed again. So, like I said, her world's upside down because of this engagement shit that she started. She over juggled, and now she's not content. She's very dissatisfied, very unhappy because she doesn't have security or the foundations around this situation. None of that is there. None of it's present. And she's likely not to have any kind of harvest from it at all. So nothing comes out, nothing pays off with the engagement stunt. There is no results. So I'm going to show you the cards. How there's been the story around his stuff. That it wasn't supported. There's a lot of balance. Her trying to block off empty gestures or something that's blocking off an empty gesture. It could be legal representative or something like that. And then no engagement, no commitment. The Hierophant reversed. 5 of Swords, someone getting betrayed. 7 of Pentacles, no harvest, no tangible results. 10 of Swords, a lot of criticism in one's back. 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles reversed, and Knight of Pentacles reversed. So going forward, or just they're saying in general, the instance around this PR stunt that she pulled, it was over juggling, and now nothing pans out, nothing goes forward any further. So they're continuing to tell me this. And then I'm going to show you the other cards that just came out here. She's very dissatisfied. She's not going to be showing off the fact that she don't have the security of an engagement. She's not engaged, in other words. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. Very upset, very just upset over the fact she don't have the security around the situation, the foundations around in this situation. And he doesn't display anything. There's, like I said, no foundations. Her being upset, her being let go. After a tower has occurred, so a big blow up, and then the world reversed. So her world's upside down. So this is how they're going to spin the story. It's just how it's going to play out. Okay, next question. Will they spin this engagement out of his story? Out of his publicity situation? So they want to, I'm asking if they will remove her situation, her stunts, or the insinuation that she started. Will they remove it completely from his story or publicity, his public image? Clarify. Will they spin it out of his story, out of his public image? This engagement. Clarify. Without interference. Well, they're going to suppress something. The sun reversed. Because it's too much to juggle. Two of Pentacles reversed. Too much to be juggling around in a situation. And also to remove stress. So they're going to be suppressing this story around engagement. Suppressing all of it. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles reversed. They don't work towards it anymore. At all. So there's repeating to me. Yeah, no harvest. Again, Seven of Pentacles reversed. So they're basically saying they're going to end up removing this thing from his situation. She gets no engagement. So Page of Cups reversed. No, she doesn't actually get engaged. She doesn't actually have any kind of engagement. Five of Swords. She gets betrayed. She gets fucked over. They actually show him being disinterested in whatever she's insinuating. Four of Cups here. So her trying to insinuate that she's engaged, and trying to make it seem like she is, all of it's non-reciprocal. He's very, very much shut down on her. He's refusing to respond to anything, any kind of gesture, or anyone reaching out. Well, it looks like Natalie's going to continue having battles around her ideas or fanciful ideas that she's trying to spin. There's a challenge around ideas. I'm also seeing Henry not mobilizing anything. If anything, he puts a complete stop to any kind of impulsive action. This dishonorable Knight of Cups is reversed. The Fool is reversed. So I don't think he takes initiative to do anything. I think he puts an end to it completely. Doesn't move forward. So that's what ends up manifesting. The only action he actually takes is doing solo things. So he's going to be coming off like he's single. Page of Wands. The challenge is the lover, so the whole idea of them being lovers, or the whole image around this relationship thing, is a challenge. No action is taken, and then it just reflects that Natalie's not his ideal apple. She's not his lady. So I guess that's just how it pans out. And then she obviously is going to continue having a hardship over the idea she's trying to spin. Over juggling, removal of stress, anything to do with this engagement. That ends completely. No harvest, no tangible results. A rejection, no engagement, no engagement. Five of Swords, getting fucked over. Four of Cups, him being non-responsive, shutting down, not interested in whatever she's offering, not interested in talking or confirming anything to do with that. Chariot reversed, the Fool reversed. It shows that he doesn't mobilize any of that going forward. He halts it. No more further action is taken on short notice or on the fly. No initiative is taken. It was an empty service, empty display, or just empty servitude. Knight of Cups reversed. She continues to have hardship over this, over the idea she's trying to spin, and also the whole idea of them being in a relationship is completely challenged. That's what ends up manifesting. And what also manifests is him taking actions only specific to his singlehood, or him being alone or solo. Solo projects. Nine of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Wands reversed. Again. So they're showing that no action is taken, and then thus she's not his ideal apple. I have two cards insinuating that she has no harvest. Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles reversed. The next question: is Henry a biological father to Natalie's child? Like I said, some of these questions I know the answer to. I'm only asking for the sake of the public to view. Okay, first card out, Knight of Wands reversed. And then Nine of Wands upright. They said the challenge is Page of Cups. And the challenge is also Two of Wands. Seven of Cups reversed. And we got the Six of Wands upright and the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is showing that an encounter has not taken place between Henry and Natalie sexually. Knight of Wands reversed. And then we got Nine of Wands, I'm sorry. So Knight of Wands reversed and then Nine of Wands up. So there's been a tough battle over this. Henry's had a significant hardship over this situation because he's looking over at this Knight of Wands reverse. He's like, he's looking at the Knight of Wands reverse and like, I didn't even have a sexual encounter with her. We got Two of Cups reversed. And then the Eight of Swords reversed. So that whole illusion's coming down. But, there was no DNA exchange. The Sun reversed. This all has been suppressed. And then we got as the challenge, we have the Two of Wands and the Page of Cups. So that tells me the challenge is a child. The challenge is also the Two of Wands, so the PR stunt that took place with the child. So this is proving to be difficult. Seven of Cups reverse is insinuating that these are like delusions. So this whole idea of her having his kid was a delusion. We got the Six of Wands upright and the Queen of Swords reversed. So they're suggesting that Natalie straight up lied to block off Henry's support. Six of Wands. She didn't want him to have any options. And she did it on full display. So here's the first two cards that came out. Knight of Wands reversed and the Knight of Wands upright. Henry having a tough battle with that because he knows he's looking over the Wands reverse. There was no encounter. Two of Cups reversed. No DNA exchanged. Eight of Swords reversed. The illusions around this situation are coming down, though. Although this has been suppressed. This whole situation of him not even having a sexual encounter with her has been suppressed. And then they show the challenge is the PR stunt and then the Page of Cups. So this gesture or news around a child is proving challenging because it was a PR stunt. This happened, this was presented while he was on press tour. It makes sense. Two of Wands there is him traveling. She did this shit. She brought this news out on his press tour. And she did it blatantly. Okay? They're pointing it out. Like, he's had a tough battle over this. She is lying. It shows Queen of Swords reversed. I always see Queen of Swords upright reversed as a master of communications. King and Queen. So just straight up communications. And the fact that the negative denotation, Queen of Swords, is a reverse position. This always reminds me of a liar. It's a woman that's lying, using her tongue to lie. And her communication skills. And it shows the Six of Wands here. So she's literally blocking off his support with her lying. It literally shows, it literally tells you why she did it. She straight up is trying to block off his support so that he didn't have any options left. And she did so in front of everybody. She did it on full display. This was making her smug because she got to do this on full display. This is not very supportive. This is the opposite of supportive. This is a woman that's manipulated communications, lying to block. The sword is raised to block whatever it's facing. She's blocking Six of Wands. And then Seven of Cups, reverse. So they prove this to be a tactic of hers to stop him from having options. We got the Empress reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. And then we got the Four of Wands reversed and then the Four of Pentacles reversed. This right here tells me this is why Henry's not too attached to the situation, why he's not truly invested. He's not holding tightly to this whole situation around the child. These are bad rumors or false rumors. Rumor mills, upright position, Four of Wands. In reverse, it means negative rumors, bad rumors. Okay, lies being spoken in the community. The Three of Cups reverse says infidelity. It also says the lack of support, not working together, disharmony when it's in reverse, and then Empress reversed. So a woman that's using her feminine energy or womanhood to take advantage of material world money or resources. So they're just letting you know he's not attached to a situation here. There's a very good reason for that. And that's why the illusions around this situation are coming down. Eight of Swords, all that's being is all coming down. All the illusions that she had been trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, he fathered a child. Oh yeah, they had sex. None of that shit took place. It says it right here. It didn't take place. It's been suppressed. And he's had a hard battle over this. He's had a tough battle. Y'all know the way he looks. Y'all seen how he's coming off, the way he's behaving. Y'all know he's having a hard time behind the scenes and he's not coming out and talking about it. This woman is doing a lot of shit. There was no DNA exchanged. There was no encounter. This was a PR stunt and it was news around a child. So this was all spontaneous. This is a challenge. This is a problem, an obstacle for him. Okay? And then they show you that she did this on full display. She lied. And this was her way of blocking off his options and blocking off his support. And what did I tell you guys? The reason why she did this is because she found out she was going to get removed as the PR stunt girlfriend, right? Henry wanted to remove her and have me instead. And she decided, no, I'm gonna fucking do this shit and block off his support to get Amy Denton in the situation. She's been doing that ever since. And then she's been doing all kinds of petty shit, like copying me, copying shit from my readings, putting it into her PR stunts. All that's in front of y'all's faces. But yeah, so people may gossip and they may talk, oh, she may have had sex or had a child with somebody else. I'm gonna tell you right now, this was purely a PR stunt. I can even ask the cards the extra question if she actually did have a child. I guarantee you the answer is going to be no. Okay, so question. Well, first let's ask if Natalie had a child. Just real quick. Knight of Wands reversed again. Got a Knight of Wands reversed again, so she didn't even have an encounter to have a child, which has been suppressed. The Sun reversed. She does not have a child. Page of Cups reversed is a no answer. It says no. Two of Cups reversed again. I'm shuffling over here. She did not have a child with anybody. She didn't exchange DNA with anybody to have a child. And then we got King of Swords upright and then an Eight of Wands reversed. King of Wands reversed. So somebody's trying to stop this communication or this information from getting out. We got a King of Swords here. And then Eight of Wands is like no communication, no messages getting out around her situation legally. Around public announcements. The Justice and the Judgment here fell out next to the Eight of Wands reversed. And then we got a King of Wands reversed. So there was no King of Wands, King of Phallus, King of Penises, okay? There was no king that she had an encounter with. We got a Knight of Wands again, reversed. She didn't have an encounter to have a child. This was her idea to come up with money. This was her... She sat here in silence and brainstormed an idea how to make money out of a situation and cause an imbalance. Here it is. Did Natalie have a child? What does this say? These first three cards that fell out. No sexual encounter. Knight of Wands reversed. No child. The Sun reversed. Page of Cups reversed. This is a boy. This is a girl. They're both reversed. It says no to both. Two of Cups reversed. No DNA exchange. You see this little helix strand here? That would represent DNA being exchanged between lovers. Okay? If it were upright. That means, oh yeah, y'all had sex, y'all had chemistry, you had a child. Somehow, y'all woven DNA. In reverse, no DNA exchanged. Knight of Wands reverse also confirms that she didn't have an encounter with the King of Wands, King of Penis. Okay? Knight of Wands reverse, again, next to the King of Wands, tells me there was no sexual encounter that resulted in a child. Or from a King of Penis. Okay? You got the Judgment, and the Justice. So you got a freaking King of Swords here trying to control communications and block off some news or some messages from getting out. This could be a lawyer. This could be somebody representing Natalie. Somebody's trying to block off the fact that this is what's happened. Somebody's trying to block off the communications that are getting out about her not actually having a child. This was a part of a contract. So we had the Justice and the Judgment. So legally, this was an announcement, right? Or legally, it was something that was a broadcast. It was part of some kind of contract. But the problem is somebody's trying to block off communications or news about this energy here getting out. The fact she didn't have an encounter. She didn't have a child, a boy or a girl. She did not exchange DNA with anybody to have a child. Somebody's trying to stop this from getting out. And they're showing here that this was something she had done in the public eye as a broadcast, as an announcement. This could be representing the PR contract that she's involved in. And then it shows here her in the Four of Swords and then Ten of Pentacles. This is her brainstorming an idea to make money. She sat in silence to think about how she could make money, and this is the idea she decided to spin to make money. She caused a lot of imbalance. So her idea was to cause an imbalance so that she could make money. There it is, folks. It's all a money scheme for her. It's all in front of everybody's faces. So did Natalie have a child? No. There is no boy, there is no girl. Why did Henry go along with the story of this child? Is the next question. Got an Empress reversed. Somebody's taking advantage of foundations. Material world in foundations. She's living in his house. She's living, or not living in his house, living on foundations that aren't hers. Okay? We're not talking about Henry's space. We're talking about Natalie taking advantage of foundations and money, resources. Clarify, why did Henry go along with the story of this child? Okay, so the challenge is 3 of Wands. And then the 2 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so he knew that Natalie would eventually have a hard time with the situation because it was a lie. Okay? This was an over-juggling act of hers. Another instance of over-juggling. And the challenge was 3 of Wands. So he may have not in future projects or future monetary gain somehow. Something was linked. Okay, we got 3 of Wands as the challenge, so it would have been challenging for him to have opportunities or something. Or there would be a challenge around getting some kind of money. Also, he avoided a tower somehow. They also show me that he knew that Natalie would have a tough time, that she would struggle because around this lover situation because it was a lie, and she would have significant hardships eventually because there would be no results. 7 of Pentacles reversed, which has now been revealed. Okay, so he knew that this would backfire on Natalie, basically, is what they're saying. And he knew that if he didn't go along with it, then something that he could have potentially gotten as money would have been a challenge. Money or projects or something that was linked. So it looks like he was strategically going along with something to avoid a tower, but also with the knowledge, with the security of knowing Natalie would eventually have a problem on her hands. So while this was incredibly fucked up, what she did was incredibly fucked up. He knew that this would backfire on her. It would be an overcloaking act, and then it would eventually be exposed, revealed that it was a lie, and there would be no tangibility to a situation. Or no results. 7 of Pentacles reversed, and that she would have hardship, significant hardship, trying to pull this off. And then also, her decision would eventually get removed, and it would not be a secret. And it would be apparent that he was not reciprocating. So it would eventually get out that he was not interested in having anything to do with this woman. So And also because he didn't have any options. Seven of Cups reversed. So he didn't have any options that he could take differently. He wasn't allowed to decide differently because he was on a press tour. Right? He had to legally dispute what she was trying to push. Right? He would have had to legally dispute it, and he didn't have the time or the convenience to legally dispute it while he was on press tour. So she spurred it on him during the press tour spontaneously. And I know you guys know there's of that because 5 days before the freaking April 15 announcement, she had no belly. There was nothing that was insinuating that she had anything to do with pregnancy. Okay? She spurred it on him. Like literally showed up with a fake belly and was determined to use it. And he wouldn't have been able to fight it legally if she were to show herself with a fake belly. So, even if he didn't want her to be seen. He had no choice but to go along with it. We got Chariot reverse and the Fool reverse. So he had no opportunity. His options were limited. He had no actual options left at that point. Like he wasn't able to decide conveniently not to go along with it. So he had no momentum. He had no ability to move past that or get over or get around her somehow. And they show the Fool reverse. Like he was not very happy. He wasn't optimistic about it. He didn't want to go along with it. But this is something that ended up happening. But yeah, he also knew that this would eventually backfire on her. So there's that. And he eventually exposed that this was a selfish move from her to cause him misfortune or misalignment and problems. So yeah, and here's the cards. I'll show you the cards. Miss Natalie was over juggling foundations, material world, and they show that Natalie would eventually hardship around the lovers because it was a lie. So this being lovers and then there being a child is a lie, so there would be a significant hardship. He knew she would have a battle. And then he also knew that he had no other options. He didn't have a way around that. And he was avoiding a tower, a catastrophe somehow. 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles reverse, and then the Moon. So he also knew that it would eventually be exposed and that she would technically have hardships, significant hardships, because there would be no harvest or no tangibility to the situation. Results as in actual child. Okay. And we got the 7 of Swords reversed, the Hermit reversed, and the 4 Cups. So he also knew that this would eventually, her deceptions would eventually be exposed. It would not be a secret. And then it would show that he was not interested in whatever she was trying to insinuate. That he could just do this. He could just shut down and behave a certain way, and it would not be a secret. So, and then they're just saying that he had no way of overcoming the obstacle in that moment, in the spontaneity of the instance. Also would show that Natalie was being incredibly selfish and causing him significant misfortune. And then 3 of Wands as a challenge. So some kind of future opportunities or ability to make something or profits or something along the lines of money or projects. There would have been a challenge, or there was a challenge in getting projects or money, something like that. Okay, so that's the reason why he went along with it. Now, what are Henry's plans around this child situation that Natalie's trying to push? Okay, we got the Hangman reverse, so right away he's going to be freeing himself up out of the situation. 5 of Cups reverse, he's going to get out of disappointment. Moving past, he's got to remove the stress of the whole situation. 9 of Swords reverse. He's going to be freed up out of it. There won't be any news announced. Knight of Swords reversed around this child. Page of Cups. reverse. It will be seen as an empty display or empty gesture, empty news. Two of Cups reverse, it would be seen as it not being a child between him and Natalie. He doesn't have to go along with that. There's a lot of imbalance with this whole situation, with that child situation that she's fabricated. Okay? There's a lot of imbalance. He's going to manifest a Two of Wands around the Five of Wands. So while she's sitting here arguing and fighting over the fact this is a child, blah, blah, blah. I've had a daughter. I've had a son. I'm engaged, but I'm keeping it private. Oh, Henry's laughing at trolls and all the fake brides of Henry and blah, 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 blah. Okay? While Natalie's doing all that fucking junk with that Five of Wands, she's getting nowhere. We got Knight of Cups reversed. So all her news goes nowhere. We got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's no foundations. There's no support or backing. And she won't be able to control or dictate anything to do with the situation. With the Devil reversed. She's not going to be able to take action. Knight of Wands reversed. She's not going to be able to do anything about this. So it's already manifesting. The Two of Wands, they're basically saying this already manifested with the Two of Wands. So the stunts that he's done recently have fucked her over pretty badly. Five of Swords. So all this it's gonna backfire on her. It's gonna get back. I'm seeing a lot of backlash. The Six of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So the whole thing with her trying to rally support, rally all this backing around, oh, I got engaged, let me tell people through my stands, and blah, 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 right? All that's going to be seen as bad rumors, false information. And the problem, what's really freaking hilarious is Natalie can't control what's going to happen. Because he's not going to, he's not obligated. I'm seeing, legally, things are a challenge for her. Henry's got plans to go solo. Or that the contract's going to have him going solo. So, I mean, she can't control or dictate. And her challenge criticism, she's gonna have a lot of criticism anyways. All this is really backfire on her pretty badly. She doesn't have control over what's gonna happen with the PR situation. All of it's already been kind of decided. And while she's sitting here bickering, fighting, arguing through her stands and fake account, alternate accounts, all of her news that she's sharing is empty. Has no tangibility, no support or backing. So her whole world's upside down. Queen of Wands reversed. She's not going to be able to take any action. Six of Cups reversed. There's no reconciliation. So Henry's not going to repair that situation with her. It's not going anywhere. And there's going to be a lot of peer pressure on her. People are going to be looking at Natalie under a fine microscope. She's got a lot of peer pressure. There's not going to be any more communications around the public image. I'm seeing lack of commitment, lack of engagement, lack of a contract or obligation or commitment to a publicity situation. I'm seeing the lack of commitment or lack of agreements around public image stuff. Nothing manifests any further because I'm seeing Eight of Wands reverse is like the lack of messages or news getting out. Every time she tries to do anything to do with PR, it's just going to backfire. None of her plans go anywhere. Three of Wands reversed. None of her intentions go anywhere. None of her shady news that she's pushing, none of it goes anywhere. She ends up straight in the Five of Pentacles. She just continues to have hardships and struggles. Her challenge is Wheel of Fortune. She may also have challenge around getting opportunities or money or things going her way. Nothing's on her side. I don't see any support. I'm just seeing somebody that's, yeah, she don't have any options left for public image stuff. It's Seven of Cups reversed, the World and the Star. So, as a public figure, she doesn't have any options left in front of the audience here. And they're showing me that, yeah, every time Natalie pushes for anything to do with PR stunts, anything specific to the child or engagement or anything like that, it's just going to backfire. Because none of it is being supported. Legally, none of it's being supported. So she's gonna, yeah, she's having problems. She's gonna continue to have problems. Yeah, so Henry's gonna free himself up out of the situation, they're saying. Let me show you. Henry's gonna free himself up out of move past disappointments. Five of Cups reverse. Crying over spilt milk will be something that he will be doing. He will be moving past crying over spilt milk. Nine of Swords reverse. There's no more stress. Getting away from the stressful situation of that whole energy. So all his worries and stress will be removed, alongside getting freed up out of the situation. Knight of Swords reverse. There will not be any communication or news delivered around the child. So the baby girl that Natalie's trying to insinuate exists, doesn't get announced. We got Two of Cups reverse. There's no child. Henry didn't have DNA exchanges with Natalie. Natalie didn't have DNA exchanges with anyone else to have a child. So yeah, he gets to free himself up out of the situation. He's not a father to a child. There's just a significant imbalance in the situation. So no news gets delivered on this child, and then nothing pans out. And the lack of supporting energy, I'm seeing a lot of peer pressure on Natalie's situation. No commitment, no contract around public image, no wishes granted, no communications. We see the Five of Wands while she's sitting here bickering, arguing with people online. The news that she's delivering goes nowhere because none of it's backed up or supported. There's no foundation for it. And then we got the Devil reverse. So she doesn't actually have control over what's happening. She doesn't have control over what they're planning with the PR. If anything, what's manifesting with these stunts is her getting fucked over. Her getting fucked over. Okay? None of her new empty news that she's sharing through her fake accounts, she's arguing, bickering over. There is no plans. Sorry, my phone. Sorry, guys, my battery's trying to die. Let me see one. Okay. Let me hurry up. Three of Wands reverse, Five of Pentacles. So they're already telling me that none of her plans pan out. Nothing that she's suggesting actually goes anywhere. So it causes a direct hardship for her, and then our challenges, Wheel of Fortune, things lining up for her. Nothing lines up. And then we got Queen of Wands reversed, Knight of Wands reversed. So she's not able to take action. She's not confident anymore. She's unstable. Her foundations are unstable, and then no reconciliation. Henry doesn't reconcile or repair anything in the situation around this child situation. And she has no options left in front of the media, in front of her audience. Okay? So what manifests with the PR stunts going forward? Henry going solo. The challenge is criticism and the contract. So the legalities in the situation are a challenge for her. And then the Ten of Swords is also a challenge. So the criticism is a challenge. And then it all started with this encouragement around engagement. Her trying to share the news that she's engaged through her stand, and then nothing happens. All that has been used against her. It's now determined as bad rumors. Anyways, that's the last question on my list. I'm probably gonna have to get to the other questions eventually. My phone's about to die, so I know there's one question. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see how many battery. My battery's about to die. Let me hurry up. Okay, Carla wants to know how Henry's feeling about everything Natalie's doing online. To her fake stands. Okay, Six of Cups reversed. He does not support this. We got a Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's a misfortune. He sees it as not attractive. He doesn't admire what she's doing. The Star reversed. Five of Pentacles. Obviously, she's struggling. She's just manifesting more of hardships for herself because nothing goes forward. Three of Wands reversed. So empty news, empty sharing, whatever she's fighting about, all the communications that she's manifesting, there's no officialness to, and nothing will be done publicly or officially publicly. Heartfelt reverse, Star reverse. So Henry doesn't support it. He doesn't support what she's doing. Six of Cups reversed. It's not aligned. He doesn't admire it. The Star reversed. How does Henry feel about it all? This baby thing and the engagement thing, all overall. Somebody wanted to know. Well, he said they're saying he's feeling like this is helping removing criticism. It's removing what she's done, undoing what words she's pinned him down with in the community. So Four of Wands reversed. So these bad rumors are actually undoing her pinning him down. He doesn't feel fucked over or anything. Queen of Cups reversed. If anything, she's just showing herself to be incredibly emotionally disturbed, emotionally unstable. He's setting boundaries with her, and he's only defending himself. So, Seven of Wands. He's only fighting for his corner, and that's it. He's cutting her off. Got King of Swords cutting off Queen of Cups reversed. So her being an emotional wreck, manipulator, vindictive piece of crap. He's walling her off. He's taking action to get control over her, though. There is definitely actions being taken to get control over a situation. And there's a significant amount of peer pressure on her, which is removing a tower for Henry. So I don't think Natalie's too optimistic about PR stunts, to be honest. We got the Fool reverse and Two of Wands upright. She knows that it will be seen as a lie in front of the audience here, because that's how Henry's got it. Her challenge is Ten of Pentacles and the juggling act she's trying to pull off here around opportunities. So they're showing outright that Henry doesn't support it. He's not admiring it. He's getting control over a situation in a way, and he's not necessarily betrayed or feeling bad about it because it's removing what she's been doing, what communication she's been using to pin him down. It's in the form of the community or the bad rumors, and then it shows that it's in front of the audience. She's just straight up lying. Every PR stunt that she tries to participate with ends up, fucking her really bad. And so she's not feeling too optimistic about PR stunts going forward, because she knows the audience will see it as a lie anyways. It will be seen, or it will be done as a lie in front of the audiences. She's under significant peer pressure, and it's removing Henry's tower. So he's avoiding a tower. So how does he feel about it? I think that he's enjoying the fact that it's not affecting him the way she would like it to. Unfortunately, it's doing the opposite. Henry, in a way, he's being able to defend himself, stand his ground in his corner, and then also cut her off. Her vindictive, manipulative behavior off. He's walling her off there. So he set his boundaries. The communications getting out. Nothing official gets announced. Nothing is done publicly or being recognized publicly. So it's not really affecting things. And all it's manifesting is hardships. None of her plans are panning out, and empty news, empty sharing. Anything she's doing online is just empty. So the juggling act she's trying to pull off here, so this was challenge. The challenge is the Two of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles for Natalie. So she's having trouble juggling this and having trouble making money. There it goes. Anyways, this is the energy of the situation. Thanks for watching.